Hi Moglets! Today we're going to be raising Dori. The first half of the video is an edited stream where we go and, collect all the stuff she needs and whatnot, as it usually is. For the showcase though, I will be back, as I prefer to not stream those. But without further ado, I'm gonna hand it off over to Stream Moga. There are apparently only 59 Kalaptalalotus, and they're all on mountains, I guess. Oh god, that's gonna suck. We can take a look at our current Dori. I raised her a little bit because I wanted to see what book she needed. Now she'll need, I already got this preemptively from the shop because I had 0 and I was like, oh god, those things. Lata Lotus, I have gotten 3 total ever in my entire life. So we could get her up to the first star. That's gonna be a pain. Even for 70, it's gonna be a pain. I'm probably gonna need to borrow some worlds. First thing is gonna be these. Yeah, first I'll see if I have any will to live after I farm my own lotuses, and then I'll ask for other lotuses if necessary. I guess we just have to climb. There's gonna be a lot of climbing. Christ, where is it? Can I teleport up? Yeah, I didn't realize. I mean, maybe this is higher, I don't know. The first one is already a pain, and no, we're not really higher. It's probably somewhere on this giant mountain. I don't even see it from here. Is it down? Oh my god, I can't find the first one, dude. Bro, is there anywhere we can stop and rest? I'm just probably gonna give up on this one, to be honest. They can't all be this bad. What is even at the top of this mountain? I mean, we may as well go up here. No, we're dead. Wait, I can't eat more stamina food. I guess we're not gonna actually sit here and wait for 260 seconds, right? I'm gonna give up on this stupid plant because, like, it's nowhere anyway. We're at the top. It only grows on cliffs, doesn't it? It's probably in somewhere stupid. It's not on the other side, but I mean, I guess to get to the top. At least God mode won't be for a while since it took us 110 pulls to get our first Dori, so. All right, where are you, you little bat? You son of a, really? Right here. You piece of garbage. And I didn't do my beep. Oh my god, everything is going bad already. 1 down, like 80 to go. Almost 20 minutes into stream and we've collected 1 flower. I'm sure that was the hardest one in the whole game to get, so it's only uphill from here. Ooh, there's 2 here, let's go. Beep. Oh, there's a waypoint. I'll just grab that first. What the? I didn't realize that was water. I don't know how I didn't realize that. Don't tell me. No. No. How? How, chat? Do I have to go through a 5-hour quest mechanism? Oh, that thing? Man, well, I guess I have to do this now, but usually I want to save this stuff for the explore part, but I kind of need to do this, so. Maybe I'll just get these that I came here for. I think there were only these 2 or 3. Beep, beep, beep. Another double. Ooh, a triple. Let's go. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, wait, is there another one? Holy, oh, another triple. 8 triple, 8. Beep. So that was abundant. That was nice. Honestly, it'd be cool if I could just join like 10 people's worlds and literally only farm this area. That would be fast as hell. Anyone who doesn't have these farmed? Beep. What are we missing? Just these 3 purple things. Every character always has to go to 69 before 70. I think they did that on purpose because using another blue book wastes way too much XP. Then you have to use a tiny one. There she is, level 70 though. Talents. Yeah, I never thought about it really. I assume her burst is the most important as far as I am aware. Yes, energy regeneration goes up, healing goes up. Burst is most important. I guess her healing kind of scales off of max HP. All the small characters are like all healers except Klee. So guess we're gonna start with that. Well, let's go ahead and start with burst. I would like to get them all up to 6 because that's what I do for raising. Burst is the only important thing, Captain says. Apparently, physical Dori is good, but I assume it's just like one of those things where it's good for not being a damage dealer type of deal. She's not gonna out DPS Eula, I guess. Razor tier. Razor is a solid physical DPS. If she can like stack up to physical Razor, that'd be pretty interesting because Razor doesn't heal. Anyway, we have to transform all of these things. Don't think we need these yet. Oh man, don't tell me we have to go farm. We're definitely gonna have to farm some of those dudes probably. Well, we can get her burst up to 5. That is a start. Honestly, I'll probably farm these off stream. And we are back. We did farm some of those enemies. I don't know if quite enough. As I was talking about earlier in the stream, her burst is definitely the most important. It's even been said it's the only important skill to raise. And that's mainly because you're not really going to be basic attacking with her until maybe C6, and then that might be interesting. And her skill, no matter how high you raise it, is just going to do extra damage, and its damage is pretty bad anyway. So this is just essentially for reactions, I guess. Which again is unfortunate, as she is an Electro, and we have so many Electro applicators already. So just for fun, we're going to see how she works as a physical. So we are going to raise this one up to 6 as well, but I'm probably going to leave her skill alone. And we can only get her basic up to 5 without farming some more, so I'll be back in a sec. Thankfully, these guys are a lot easier to farm than I originally thought. They come in pretty good clumps of like 3 to 5, so I think that'll probably be enough. All right, Miss Dori. That should do it. If you were gonna use her a lot, I'd say getting it up to 6 would be all right. Extra damage is extra damage after all. As for build, it seems like we finally have someone that can use the bell. I'm thinking that this is the only reason Genshin actually created this character. Sacrificial Greatsword is another strong contender. Like I said, her skill isn't all that powerful, but it will give her extra orbs, so she can do her burst, which is the most important thing in her kit. We're gonna start her off with Wolf's Gravestone though, because I kind of want to explore her physical capabilities to start with, which I know is kind of weird. And since we are starting with physical, we are going to give her Pale Flame. I think I'm just starting with this because it sounds more interesting to me personally than just another sort of okay healer. Especially until she's C6. I think her healing is only going to be all right. Of course, while we're looking at that, we have to keep in mind she is level 70. With only a level 6 basic, so considering Dori can also heal, if she can do some decent damage, she might be pretty interesting for a newer player. Units that can fill in multiple roles are always quite strong. And as usual, before we get started with the showcase, we're going to do the talent and constellation overview. Her basic is pretty funny. She doesn't really wield the sword herself, that slime thing below her does. Pretty small 3-hit combo, and her charge attack, much like other charge attacks with great swords, she turns into a Beyblade of sorts. In most cases, great sword charge attacks just aren't that great. Has a 90% multiplier on it, so it might be okay if you're like completely surrounded and you can hit everyone around you every time, but otherwise, yeah, pretty basic normal attack. Her elemental skill functions a bit like Tignari's burst, where after it hits, there'll be 2 extra little things that come out and hit again. So again, could be a pretty solid electro applicator in that way. But yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't do anything besides damage, and then its skill multipliers are pretty low. Obviously at level 1 here, but it's not going to go up a ton by the time you crown it. And finally, her burst, by far the most interesting thing about her kit. She'll throw an object, aka Ginny, on the ground, and you'll be connected to this Ginny up until a certain distance. While connected, you'll restore HP, energy, you will imbue yourself with electro, and enemies between you and the Ginny will be damaged. Again, it's not a massive multiplier at 22% there, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is more just for electro application purposes as well. Her first passive here reduces the cooldown for her skill whenever you're doing electro reactions while connected to the Ginny, up to 1 second every 3 seconds. From what I can tell, it's not a super interesting passive, but okay. Depending on how much energy recharge she has, she will gain extra energy after doing her elemental skill. For every 100 energy recharge she has, she'll gain 5 energy, up to 15 extra energy per skill usage. Her C1 adds a 3rd aftershot to her elemental skill. C2 is another extra small attack when connected to the burst every time it heals you. And I think C4 is the only really good Constellation. While connected to the Ginny, they get extra bonuses based on their current status. Under 50% HP, you get extra 50% healing bonus, and under 50% energy, you gain 30% energy recharge. So some nice little buffs there to help you heal up faster or to get your burst faster. C6 is pretty interesting, but I just now saw that it only lasts for 3 seconds, so if it lasted a little longer, I could see this being very cool, but 3 seconds, I don't know if that's enough. But essentially, she'll gain Electro Infusion, and she'll heal the whole team by 4% of her own max HP per hit. So I could have seen like maybe even a clam set being quite useful, and maybe it still would be, but I don't have her at C6 to really look at that and test. So maybe though, if you also had Sacrificial, you could do it, get some attacks off, and then do it again for another 3 seconds. All right, physical Dori. We basically just need a cryo for superconduct. But yeah, honestly, while I was doing a little overview, trying her charge attacks, actually I think that might be her strongest potential. I'm not sure if it's her in particular, but the charge attack actually hits quite fast. So for physical Dori, it might be actually quite good. And I would like to use Benny, but unfortunately she's a Claymore user, so she would get infused. Gonna use Sara to boost. We'll make sure we get superconduct, I guess, also. For Rosaria, I basically just want to make sure we have the full crit rate boost from her to give to Dori. There we go, that's good, I guess. So as usual, starting with daily quests here, trying to see what we can do with a solo Dori. Gonna go ahead and just drop her Q down and start. If we can get a charge attack starting, that would be good, but there's no way in hell because we're just bumping her. Okay, here we go, finally. I mean, we're getting like 5k hits, but they're pretty quick with this charge attack there. 8k at the last one. The fact she infuses herself with her burst is kind of annoying sometimes because she's getting blasted around with this, whatever it's called, Electro plus Pyro attack. And obviously when we run out of stamina, we can't do anything anymore and have to go back to the slower basic attacks here. So that one went okay, I guess. Here we have a balloon quest. I guess I'm going to go Zhongli plus Dori. Will help her not get blasted around all over the place. All right, let's give that a try. Yeah, 6200s with the Wolf Gravestone proc there. I guess we'll throw a burst here. Yeah, this might be a better showcase of her charge attack as there were a bunch of enemies surrounding us and they're all dead now, so that was pretty cool. But it definitely still does more actual DPS than her normal attacks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use the full team, just kind of looking out for the numbers there. And again, it's worth keeping in mind that she is level 70 and such. So, let's see. Back to Dori now, and here we go. Let me see. 7? I'm very surprised it's barely higher than it was before. I am potentially doing something wrong here, but let's start the rotation over, I guess. Yeah, there were 8900s. That seems more like it. I probably messed something up. 78 criticals. Oh, here we go, maybe? 96. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's like almost like best case scenario, really. They are pretty fast ticks, so she could do some okay damage as a physical, I guess. I can't really recommend it, I guess. I mean, she is built quite not free to play. She has an R4 Gravestone, decently solid 4-piece Pale Flame. 120 crit damage doesn't sound like a lot, but then you have to realize she has Gravestone, so she has, you know, 2300 attack unboosted. 83 physical damage bonus, which I guess probably makes up for the fact she's only 70 with a level 6 basic. I don't know. What I'm curious about is how much she actually heals, because I wasn't really paying attention to that so far. What does she do as a healer? 14k on the last hit there. Yeah, you know, it's something. It is quite unfortunate she can only heal with her burst. A lot of healers can heal on their E as well, but let's see if she can heal our Zhongli up, because at the moment until C6, she only can heal one at a time, whoever is connected to this thing. So we're getting 2500 ticks. Obviously she's not built as a healer at all. The ticks are decently fast. I don't think we're ever gonna get full health though, not quite. So then let's go ahead and build her as a healer, as I don't really need her for her damage. And built how she is, she wouldn't be a good healer anyway. Maybe at C6, but until then, not really. So as you can see, her healing is based off of max HP. Let's just try and make her the best healer we can, which means lots of HP, lots of energy recharge, and that's about it. Probably some healing bonus thrown in there as well, maybe on Circlet here. Although I have very few of those raised. 3? All right, more than I thought, actually. This one has 22 energy and 9 HP, so that's probably gonna be the one we're gonna go with, honestly. I'm not sure if I have a single HP goblet raised, probably one, and not a good one. We're probably gonna only have a 2-piece set, but I can't give up 28 energy in exchange for nothing. Yeah, she has more or less a broken set, minus 2-piece. I was mainly going for substats there. Of course, we'd also swap the weapon, as she definitely doesn't need Wolf's Gravestone as a healer. Again, I'd probably more prefer Sacrificial over Bell, but Bell is a solid choice, honestly. I just prefer to be able to do the skills more often, get the burst back, because her burst is like the only thing that's really important. And this has energy recharge. I would raise it, but it'd literally only be for the showcase, because how shall I say this? I'm really not that impressed with Dori so far, which is very sad because I so love her design. I just don't feel like she's really that useful. Again, at C6 perhaps, but that's probably a long ways off considering how hard the first one was to get. So stats now, 27k HP, minuscule attack, but it doesn't really matter. We're not going to try and do damage with her. No real offensive stats. 50% healing bonus, nearly 200 energy recharge, so I think one of her passives will give her like 10 energy with every skill usage, which is cool. And yeah, nothing down here, of course. I'm probably not going to really explore her as a reaction character right now anyway. Maybe I'll do something like that for the God mode, but I just really don't feel like it's something worth exploring that much because there are so many good Electro applicators anyway. All right, let's go ahead and try that again with a healer Dori, and our Zhongli pretty much at the same HP he was a second ago. Now we're getting 5,400 ticks. I think we will be able to heal up to full now. It'll be kind of close though. It's kind of a shame she can only heal one at a time, especially because she can only do it with burst. But yeah, we got to full HP with the last tick. So I mean, even though she needs 80 energy, she actually gets her burst decently fast because of sacrificial, because of one of her passives that gives her this extra. Now she gets about 10 energy extra per skill because she has 200 energy recharge. But yeah, one other thing I wanted to look at besides her healing was in fact the energy regeneration. So Zhongli here needs 40 energy, like the lowest cost burst possible. We'll see how much we get there. I think it procs every time it would heal if he wasn't at full HP. As you can see, it is climbing up pretty slowly up over there or so. We got to about, I don't know, a quarter, maybe a third. So it's just for a little bit of extra energy. It really doesn't do that much. It's 2.1 energy per proc. I don't know how many times it procs, but it can't be more than like 6. That also means we're getting 12 to 14 energy over the course of the duration. Yeah, it's just not a lot. It's just a little extra thing there. But there was Dori anyway. I know it wasn't a huge showcase or anything. I just don't think there's much else to go over anyway. Obviously, she'd be a lot more interesting at C4. She gives the energy recharge boost and the extra healing effectiveness, whatever. And then again at C6 for the party-wide healing. It's only for 3 seconds, but if you time it right, you can get a lot of attacks in with her charge attack. But yeah, at C0, I don't really see too much of a point. Tell me what you think though in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.